I don't think we need to give him a pass. I would like to talk about Nancy Sullivan. Any fun or interesting Nancy Sullivan stories you can share with us? I don't think we celebrate her nearly enough.
No, no, we don't. And I wrote an article about her a couple of years ago. You know, I don't do it nearly as frequently as I used to. But every once in a while, I'll sit down and I'll write an article that takes 3 or 4 hours. And those are the articles I'm proudest of. They're not the articles that get the widest readership, because if you want people to react to stuff you put up a funny meme or you put up a photo with a one sentence description. But sometimes I like to take the deep dive, and I did that with Nancy. And I brought up the fact that when I met her, she was a woman, Kevin Sullivan's wife, and she was managing Doom, Ron Simmons, and Butch Reed, and she was much higher on the card than I was. I was Kevin's project, Sullivan Slaughterhouse. But I'll tell you what, Conrad, I've been around a long time. I know when I'm being blown off. I know when someone's not interested in talking to me at the least. And I never got that from Nancy. Actually, I got the antithesis. She was always all smiles. Like, I remember her writing like in a notebook, almost like she was a middle schooler, like Nancy loves Kevin. Like, they were a really happy couple together. It's crazy they suffered that wrestling. What is it? They worked themselves into a shoot.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, crazy. You don't ever I think if a booker approaches you about having a real life, an angle with your real life spouse, just go, I've seen I've seen the documentation on this. I'm not going to fall into that trap. But after she left WCW, she was a regular in ECW, and she was great there. I worked with her a lot because she was Sandman's second, and I had the feud with Sandman. And I think people forget just how hot, when I say hot, I'm talking about the crowds in
Yeah.
Florida. These are people who believed. And if they didn't believe in all of it, they believed in Kevin Sullivan, that he was the devil incarnate. So when this woman comes off and joins forces, like, you're putting your life on the line in some of those small Florida towns, and they welcomed that type of heat. So I think when you put together the work she did as Fallen Angel in Florida, the work she did as a woman with the incredible transformation, this is going back to like 88, where Rick Steiner was on his first date with this cute, girl with the pigtails and the horn rim glasses. And then before his eyes, she transforms into a woman. It was really great TV. I think when you put all those things together, the 3 different runs she's had, that she's really deserving of more recognition, and maybe the holy grail is the WWE Hall of Fame. I think eventually it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen in the next few years, though.
Just because of the optics of, the negative connotation it would bring about with fans.
I think on the heels of China's induction, I'm overjoyed that Joni was inducted, but I don't think you want consecutive, and that may have been 2 years ago. I may not be mixing up my years. I'm not sure if you want consecutive or even
Tragedies.
Female tragedies. I think you want to give those a few years. It's tough when you induct someone posthumously, and the deaths are not by natural causes. I think you got to space them out a little bit.
Listen, it's an awkward conversation to have, but I hope people will take a little time today and go celebrate some Nancy stuff. We're talking about
Yeah.
stuff. Go watch some of her stuff in ECW and WCW, and really, really fun stuff with her. And let's, as silly as it sounds, try to talk about wrestling a little bit now.